So the way it works is,
All right, everybody. Let's clean that up a little bit. Too much coffee. Okay, so we're going to go over some of the developments that are being proposed in Lee County. This is one of the big ones that's on the docket for the TRC meeting this month. But before we get into this month's, we're going to dig into last month's meetings. So this is something that I am going to start doing because these meetings happen every month and there are big projects being proposed every single month. And I feel like a lot of it flies under the radar and not a lot of people know about it. Not a lot of people see these things until they start being constructed and then the news gets out. So these are, this one right here is a big industrial park, but let's go back to last month's meeting real quick. We have Tramway Self-Storage, which is proposed self-storage facility on Tramway Road. Behind the rehabilitation facility on Tramway Road. So if you guys kind of know where that is, they're going to be putting storage facilities right here. It's not going to be one that we are digging into today. I kind of stick to the residential real estate side of things and the big job movers, because that thing, the jobs that are coming to Sanford and the surrounding areas definitely impact the real estate market. So we do have Kelly Drive Townhomes, proposed townhome project to create 76 attached single family lots. And townhomes is something that I thought for a while we didn't really have a big inventory of in Sanford. There are a few older townhome projects, and when those resales happen, those houses sell almost immediately. And it can be something to kind of bridge the gap for affordability on those people that want to buy houses. So I like seeing a lot of these townhome projects starting to pop up. The month before, there was a proposed one on Fire Tower Road, but this is Kelly Drive Townhomes. As you can see right here, this is Nash Street, Clearwater Drive, Kelly Drive. We can zoom in right here, and you can see that we're not too far down Kelly Drive where the proposed site is at. So let me put this back to normal view. There we go. There we go. And as you can see right here, here are the plans for the townhomes. They're pretty dense, right? Like they are very close to each other. Even the buildings are very close to each other. And it doesn't look like they planned for a whole lot of green space here, which is something I'd love to see more of, right? You know, that a lot of these developments, we're working on a development right now with one of our investor clients in Spring Lake, where there is going to be some green space like a playground, dog park, and walking trail on a 32 lot development. Would love to see some more of that on some of these developments here, so that we can add some character and some utility and some amenities to these different subdivisions that are being popped up around here. But 76 lots proposed coming up on the next meeting. Next on the docket are the True Love Street apartments. Proposed multifamily development consisting of 7 apartment buildings, a clubhouse, pool, ballpark, and mail kiosk. So Bark Park, sorry, not ballpark. So pretty cool that they're doing a clubhouse, pool, and everything in the apartments. That's relatively common in the apartment complexes. But you can see those plans right here. This is Wilson Road and 87 to kind of orient you. Cox Maddox Road right here off of True Love Street, which is an area where, typically we have some pretty some lower priced homes. There have been a few houses that have been flipped there recently, I saw, but we got apartments popping up, kind of in the middle of, where all the things are happening in Sanford. So the apartment plan is right here, and as you can see, we have 7 different apartment buildings, and then the clubhouse right here, pool right here. So big apartment project. Next up is the Hawkins Avenue townhomes. So again, townhomes, right? Like they're popping up right now, and they're going to help bridge an affordability gap right now that is there, right? There are a lot of people who want to buy a house in the 250 to 300 range, 250 to 350 range, and there's not a lot of inventory in that range. So these townhomes are also going to be a landing spot for a lot of out of area investors who want to invest in Sanford and buy properties and then lease them and rent them out. They're low maintenance and can really help an affordability problem. So 29 attached single family dwelling units and some open space. So let's see what that open space looks like. And this is the typical building elevation on those apartments that we saw before. So actually, I did not save the townhome, the Hawkins Avenue townhomes. If you want a copy of that, just comment Hawkins Avenue in the comments below, and I'll get you a link to that after this. So let's move on to the next meeting. This is the one coming up at the end of this month. We have that meeting is on the schedule for April 2023. This was released on the 4th. And this meeting, the date is not correct on here. I'll get the date and drop it in the comments in just a little bit. So we have Sanford Christian Fellowship building here. They're going to be converting an existing building into a church, which is great to see. Contract lumber expansion project, addition of 3 new sided storage buildings. We won't touch on that too much. This one's kind of cool. At the South Park Center off of 87, where the South Park apartments are, they're proposing 2 new commercial buildings there for multi-tenant retail space. So we'll have a little bit more retail space right there. Hopefully, it's going to be interesting. I know there's a lot of accidents that, have happened there in the past at that traffic light. There's a lot of pressure on that traffic light with the houses being built off of Commerce. Hopefully they'll have some good solutions for that coming soon, but we got some new retail space coming there. This is the big one, the Helix Innovation Park at the Brickyard, 3635 Hawkins Avenue. Right in the most notable area fronting Hawkins Avenue is the Optimist baseball fields. So this is out, like kind of the Hawkins Avenue extension past the traffic circle type of area. A proposal for a fully amenitized, modern, advanced manufacturing industrial parking for the benefit of new companies and the surrounding community. The park will have optionality to attract a wide range of projects from local business to large economic development projects from all over the world. And so this one's a big one, right? Like this is a big deal. They are essentially going to make it easy by putting an industrial park for out of area companies that need to come here to support big companies like VinFast or Pfizer or, completely new industries to have a spot to build their facilities, right? To have it already properly zoned, to have other, resources allocated to them to help them with that transition, like our Workforce Development Center, where their employees can be trained. All of that, the Sanford Area Growth Alliance and the leadership here in Lee County has done a really good job of making Sanford an area that is easy to do business in and easy, to be a landing spot for these big companies. And all of these different pods that they have here allocated towards future industrial sites. To me, I look at this and I just think jobs, right? I just think that jobs are coming to Sanford, and jobs lead to population growth, and population growth leads to a need for housing. So although you see new construction around every corner, and if you haven't bookmarked it yet, in just a little bit, in like 10 minutes, we're going to do a market update. All that speaks to the growth coming to our area and the need for housing. So next up on the docket, Ashby Village Apartments, 0 Horner Boulevard, next to the intersection of Ashby Road and True Love Street. Proposed multifamily development comprised of multiple 3-story garden-style apartments with a clubhouse and assorted amenities, including a community pool and dog park, totaling 330 dwelling units. So that's next up on here, Ashby Apartments. This right here to orient you, Ashby Road, Rosser Road. Rosser Road is the road that runs beside Lowe's, takes you back out to Broadway Road. And so right here, kind of right across the street from our office where we are located, next to Jimmy John's, T-Mobile, Dunkin' Donuts, Vitamin Shop, you have that site. That site, I believe I have a little bit more info on it here, is part of a multi-phase development that's going to include some single-family houses, some townhomes. And so this is the first phase they're really kind of pushing through, it looks like. But this is Lowe's right here to orient you. You got Rosser Road, and then you have 87, and then we are right across the street over here. Yeah, we're right here. Yep. Our office is located right here. So really big development in the heart of the retail district in Sanford, coming at you. So, and as you can see from this plan here, total area 153 acres, 27 commercial, multifamily residential, 14 acres, 104 acres of regular residential. And if you look right here, it'll be approximately 6,000 square foot minimum lot size. So these are going to be denser than some of the neighborhoods that we've seen in the past. They're in the city limits. And not a lot of the new construction developments have been this close to the heart of the city. So it's definitely going to bring a new type of product to the area where if you want to live in the middle of all of it, you're going to have the option to do so. So the next thing up is the Station Apartments, and this is the last one we're going to review today. 1602 Charleston Drive, behind the Hawkins Avenue Food Line Shopping Center, also fronting Hawkins Avenue. Proposed 456 unit apartment complex with clubhouse, pool, and amenities, 22.39 acres. So another really big project. And this is the layout proposed for the Ashby Apartments. The renderings of the front of the apartments look a lot like most apartments. And then the Station Apartments, all I really got here for you on this one is just to orient you. This is Hawkins and this is Charleston. And, having frontage on both of those right next to an existing residential development is going to be another apartment complex. So got a lot of units being proposed right now. Just because these are proposed doesn't mean they're going to get approved. The TRC meeting is kind of to get that initial feedback from the city about these projects so that they can go back to the drawing board, fix some things, so that they're more in line with what the city wants to see out of the developments coming to our area. But this video that we'll put out each month is just designed to show you kind of what's being proposed in Lee County, so that if you have an opinion on it, drop it in the comments below. If you got questions about any of this stuff, drop it in the comments below, and we'll work, to try to get you some answers. But all of this impacts, the residential real estate market in Sanford. And if you haven't invited yourself or you haven't subscribed to it, in about 5 minutes, we're going to do the April 2023 real estate market update. So tune in for that too. Any questions at all, you know where to get a hold of us. I'm Walter Susevich, Sanford Surrounded, who helps you with your home matters.